Hello everyone. Today I will be changing out spark plugs on a Veloster N. This is my 2020 performance package. It's very simple to do and you don't need a bunch of tools to do it, so let's get started. To complete this job, what you're going to need is a ratchet, extension, a 5/8 socket. The one I'm using here is a spark plug socket, so it's magnetic. Not required, but it's way easier to extract the spark plugs when they're magnetic, or it's a magnetic socket. You also need a 10mm socket. And here are the spark plugs. These aren't OEM spec'd. These are actually a colder plug, which are recommended if you're doing any kind of tunes on your car. But this one's an HKS M45XL. Like I said, it's colder plug. It's not the OEM spec plug for stock Veloster. So let's get started. What are you doing, Kylo? Hey, Kylo. You gonna help? Are you gonna help? To gain access to your spark plugs, you're first gonna have to take the engine cover off, and this just pops off. Has the little posts that they push into. And here are the 4 coil packs that you'll be having to take off. And for me, it's easier to take the fuel pump. This is the little fuel pump cover. Just get it out of the way, like so. And then also this little connector to the fuel pump. Just squeeze it and pull like that. Now you have, that's not in the way, so you can take these off and take those. So now I'm going to be taking out the 10mm bolts that are on each one of these coil packs. And like I said, remember it's a 10mm socket. Now that I have all the bolts taken out of the coil packs, you can just pop these right off. You just pull on them. And I'm just setting them off to the side so I can get access to the spark plugs. Okay, now it's time to take all the spark plugs out. I'm going to try to do the best I can one-handed, so see how it goes. Before installing your spark plugs, it's a good idea to check the gap. If you order your spark plugs specifically to your vehicle, usually, they say online or the store or whatever, they come pre-gapped, but it's always a good idea to check to make sure it actually came with a proper gap from factory. And how I checked mine was I just got a cheap tool from Amazon. It's a gap tool. You can use it to change the gap, and it came with some little gap gauge. Okay. When installing the spark plugs, it's always a good idea to start them by hand first to eliminate cross threading instead of, just starting to ratchet it from the start. Make sure you get the thread going. It's no restrictions, easy to thread in. And I'm going to do that to all the spark plugs. Now that I got the spark plugs all started, I'm going to go back and use the ratchet to tighten them down. And I'm just going to go snug. You're not going to want to go too tight and risk of breaking the plug off in the cylinder head. Just want to do a nice snug fitment where its tilt stops. I got the spark plugs all installed. Now what's next is to put the coil packs back on, and just pop them right back on. And then now I'm installing the 10 millimeter bolts that hold those in. Starting them in by hand first. Now that I got all those bolts on, finger tight, I'm going to go back with the ratchet and snug them down. Again, not over cranking or over tightening, just nice snug fitment until it stops. And make sure to put the connector back on, and it'll just snap right in. And the fuel pump cover. Like that. And final thing is just putting your engine cover back on. Trying to find where it lines up. Not there. Come on. There it is. See, like that. It's that simple to change out spark plugs on your Veloster N. Thank you for watching. Bye.